giant.
Yeah, but giants use the Swedish alphabet. There we go. Woo.
Huh, that's actually something that I could have done myself.
Yeah. Yeah, you know the one that makes the square. I think it's called in mathematics. If you hold shift on that one, it should pop up on the same one. Or maybe it's
No, German keyboards have a separate key for.
Yeah, isn't it just umlaut?
Yeah. I thought it would be another special character. But
Oh yeah. Oh, more technically correct would probably be to use the Danish.
Yeah, then it would just be the O, but then you'd have a J in front. Skjold.
Yeah. Well, it's it's semantics by this point, but it would be the combination of Danish and Swedish, but using the Danish letter for because like the entirety of the Giants' naming structure is based on Norse and therefore Swedish, Danish, and Norwegian. And skull is a completely different thing.
you're not tiny, everything is just really large.
Yep. So am I right in am I right in seeing that everyone ditched Dane at the beginning of the dungeon?
Well, I ruled that you probably moved with them, but I couldn't bother moving you. You probably explored with.
Yeah, I was so tired that session. Oh no way, I didn't feel well. That was the one. It was the one before that on Wednesday where I was so tired that yeah.
Oh, it looks like we have a Burr clone.
Yeah, you do have.
We have a Burr standing with us, and then apparently Burr is also investigating those small tunnels.
Yeah, actually, we left off when you met in the tunnel. Because if you remember, he took a sledding trip down the tunnel.
This is true.
And when he came back, a couple of nice ice spiders attacked you.
Ice spider.
Oh boy.
That was terrible. Please slap me.
No.
It was so terrible. You
It
don't
was still-
deserve slaps.
It was still terrible. I don't slap people, but it was terrible.
Bless you. Wait, what did you just say? Tak.
No. I said thank you.
Sounded more like tak.
I might have left out a few letters. By accident.
Creative language.
Hello.
Hello.
You have lost your numbers.
Sorry I'm late. I have lost my numbers.
Yes,
Yes.
from your name.
Yeah. That's been like a month.
I haven't noticed. I've been preoccupied by, the missing toilet.
Yeah, you can notice missing numbers when your toilet is missing.
Yeah.
There's room for only
Priorities.
one thing being missing. Other news, I finished Destiny.
You already finished it.
Well, main storyline.
I heard the main story wasn't terribly long.
No, it's not. It's decent. I've seen a shorter storyline, but it has decent length. But it's not. The main issue that I had with it was the fact that the enemies are kind of run through in it. If you want challenge, you do the strikes, which are basically raids. In that way, it's quite fun because I mean, finished storyline, but doesn't mean that you finish the actual game because
It's an MMO.
it's the game where you grind for gear that helps you grind for better gear, and oh look, we're in a loop.
Yeah. Well, at least you have probably a faster payoff than what I'm doing right now, which is Interstellar Rift.
Mm.
Jesus, it takes time getting anywhere in that game.
Yeah, meanwhile in Destiny you don't really wanna use the cosmetic stuff because you always get a new gun, everything.
Yeah.
It does calm down a bit when you reach the max level. Because at that point your gun start it's less about the pure damage and more about the special ability. And when you find the one that you like, there's no real point in changing for something that deals 2 more damage per shot.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's a little bit like it is in Warframe. You don't really do the fun stuff until you max out your frame.
Yeah, not really. I mean, the main storyline is pretty much you can do it the main story. When you finish the main storyline, you're maybe at level 16, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't do it until I was level 20, simply because if you do it when you're level 16, the last mission is actually quite difficult. And then Icarus was like, fuck it, I'm buying the game, because I was annoying him with screenshots. And then we played and I reached level 20. And then I did the main storyline and was like, oh, okay. That was actually quite easy when you max out your character. And yeah. But I still haven't most of my stuff is still uncommon. So there's still a lot more grinding to do if you want full on max your character's power.
Yeah. Just because we're talking about this right now, I just need to boot this game up for just a moment.
Fun fact. It appears I haven't made notes since God knows when, because the last note is Amrath is fine now. So
Yeah, there was a couple of sessions back. didn't even note that you now have a dresser.
Yeah.
Okay, then. We all here?
Yeah, I am.
Only
Oh,
that's. Sorry.
Let's
That's it,
do a quick recap and then we start.
We did teleporting in some time ago. And then we got to this place. Because our giant friend wanted to be here. Oh my god, what's his name?
Something with Raga or something like that. Isn't it?
It is Harshnag.
I
Harshnag.
remember it being something about a nugget.
Close enough.
it's a very harsh nugget.
Yes. Yep, there was barbarians, we killed them, then we got in. There's a lot of very huge statues. We're kind of looking for one axe, like giant axe to put on the giant statue so we get to go through a portal. And we're walking through that thing. There's probably Shia LaBeouf somewhere.
Oh, that's true. We're looking for an axe. Because for some reason that's the only thing that's missing. It's
Yeah.
the axe that could be used by our giant friend.
Yes, incredibly conveniently, the frost giant axe that Harshnag needs to open the portal is missing. And you're looking for it. You have explored the second floor, where you have found another one of your favorite giant bags. Contained a couple of items and a shard of the frost rune.
Yes.
Afterwards, you
is-
continued on the bottom, and Sir Burr took a nosedive down a little tunnel and went sledding, taking a couple of bumps. And on his way back, you were beset by frost spiders that apparently dwell in these tunnels.
Right. Also, I've got to check something. Yeah.
Is he too large for the tunnel?
Yeah. So using a little bit of geometry.
I mean, he's large, isn't he?
Yes.
Could probably squeeze into it.
Ah, fuck that. I think he's done something like this instead.
Fair enough.
Eat all the ground.
Because that's what he do.
So
I thought as much, but he could technically, if he wanted to, squeeze into them.
Yeah, no.
I have a really good question.
all technically around here, right?
What the fuck are we on the map?
In the wrong place, actually. We should be in the tunnel.
Yeah, also ignore the Berkload.
This map is so huge.
Blame the giants.
It's literally a giant map.
Why couldn't they be like diminutive instead of giants?
Yeah, why does it have to be?
Because
Like-
the rain gnome's wrath isn't entirely as
Yeah.
epic as
Well,
Because they might not be gnomes.
yes. Also that.
Storm gnomes.
Rain gnome.
drizzle.
It's like a really small rain man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you fought two. I think two, maybe it was four. Ice spiders. You defeated them fairly quickly. And yes, you have a couple of passageways you could explore if you want.
Yep. Down.
Which way's down? Don't only see left or right.
Well, south.
Down
They're underground.
the original sledding path that Burr took.
And of course, I will keep an eye out for traps and other nasty shit.
Oh, we could go also up. I mean, north. I mean, right.
We could just pick a direction and go with it.
Yeah, at some point we'll probably get back anyway.
Yeah. Well,
I have a feeling it's connected.
everything's connected.
I hand Lazar a tinfoil. It's all connected.
It's the way of the world and stuff.
Yeah, you know, it's this Roth thing conspiracy. They're using heliocopters to control the entire universe.
There's no conspiracy. And what the hell are heliotropters?
Heliosopters. They're probably
Heliotropes.
Oh. Yeah, you said heliosopters and like the sun-powered like flying copters? Because that's literally what a heliosopter would be.
Looks like there's another.
Okay.
Ah! Stop stepping on me! I'm not that small.
Yes, you end up at the T-junction where Burr stopped his original sledding.
Should we go right? Then hope that it connects to the other right?
Go right. Oh,
No, right from where we're coming.
You use celestial directions, please.
North.
dude, does any like I think this point no like Dane is the only one who actually knows where north is. That's just because Dane is at Wharf.
Also, I have a 10-foot 10-foot magnetic compass behind me.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah, one of the directions is north. Maybe.
just,
North is one of the directions.
just because I'm like, I find it funny. Whatever like bits of stuff is he picking up as we're walking through? Because he's pretty much like carving out the side of the tunnel as we walk along, because he doesn't want to squeeze. Which, by the way, isn't. I learned today that mining in certain types of rocks, which I assume this cavern is that type of rock, actually doesn't make too much of a sound because it just crumbles.
Yeah, it depends on the geology.
Yeah.
Okay, so you end up at the crossing. Who has a coin to flip?
Just keep left, and at some point we'll loop back around. If it's like a maze or anything, well, that's as much as we know.
Well, if it's a maze and we get into a dead end, we can always go back.
Yes.
And it's easy to remember where we came from if we always choose left.
Yes.
Most logical.
Just don't think anything's shifting or anything. If you see rubble on the ground, it's just a tunnel that the big bastards dug.
So left it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or down. In
Down, down, down.
Southwest.
the path continues on for a bit and then splits again.
Oh dear goodness. Well, I guess we choose left, which
Just a piece of Max.
looks like right.
Yes. This leads to a fairly short path that loops around and leads into a chamber.
Ooh.
You can then see leads to the other. It's an end.
Ooh. How fascinating.
This chamber has a flat floor. It is supported by a single column. And as you look around a bit, you notice that on the ceiling there are large clumps of ice spider webbing with a fairly large spider in the middle, which
Oh.
drops down.
Oh god.
Also, you can see that this is apparently some kind of birthing chamber because there is a large clutch of eggs.
Oh god.
Well, isn't this nice?
Yep. Oh, the nicest.
And this is when we were playing, and suddenly we were playing GURPS and everyone has arachnophobia. Because phobias in that game is amazing.
That doesn't look very icy.
Yeah, I don't have an icy one. I'll just use a regular one.
It's a friendly looking creature.
It hisses.
That's not very spider-like.
Depends on the spider.
I've never actually met a spider large enough to make sounds.
Me neither, but I hear that there are spiders that can hiss.
Oh, gross.
I have met spiders large enough to make people make sounds.
Even the
I-
tiniest is large
I
enough.
have held a hissing spider.
Ew. I don't like big spiders. Like big furry spiders.
It looks like this spider is fairly aggressive.
I have problems with spiders. When I can see their eyes. Doesn't matter if they're big or large. If you got big or large, amazing. It doesn't. Yeah, if they're big enough that I can see their, I can merge. If they're big enough that I can see their eyes, or if the image is zoomed in enough that I can see their eyes, I have a problem with it. It literally doesn't matter if they're big or large because they're still gonna be fucking big, and I still have a problem with them.
Oh, we can't avoid this.
And wobble around like what hell?
I mean, avoid. You can try to back out again if you want to.
I was actually going to speak with it.
Sure. But you do get the feeling that you're kind of invading its home.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
But trespasser. Hey, for once I don't roll shit.
Should I still roll initiative in case shit goes down?
Yeah, please.
What is north?
Okay. So if you want to speak to it, now is your chance.
Yes. But Dane's like, he puts up his hand and is like, hold on, hold on. We're not here to kill you and just passing through.
It focuses you, and you get this intense feeling of there is finally something we can eat in here. It's fairly disjointed because it is a spider, but you get the feeling that it views you as prey, and it is very possible that they don't get much of that here.
Yes.
Who knows? Maybe they ate the axe.
Well, can I ask you a question?
Oh,
You can, but it's your turn.
glorious. Love you.
Yes, so you notice that this spider is covered in a thick patches of fur. The webs it is in are, unlike normal spider webs, look kind of rigid and crystalline. And it's, as you approach it, it's emanating a very intense coldness.
Good thing I have me awesome fur cloak.
And
Cool.
Lum has the initiative thing. Yes.
Yes. Give me a second. Measures. Is this?
You did already notice that these spiders seem to be fairly resistant to the climate.
Oh yeah, I'm aware. I have other AoE spells than just snowball. Actually, I don't have a snowball anymore. I'm out of 3rd level spells. I do have a 4th level spell though, but I'm gonna use 2nd level because shatter.
Okay.
I just have a problem. I'll be killing myself or Mika.
You can always take a couple of steps back.
Fine, I'll take a single step back. Now I'll put it here. So it's only the spider.
20 feet, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, actually Shadow is only 10 feet. Aha, thank you.
Oh, well,
Stupid.
then that's not a
You'd
problem.
still probably want to take 5-foot step back
Yeah, possible.
because you're dumb.
Exactly.
Okay.
The problem is I'm not very good at against things that are resistant to cold. But yes, that would be my turn.
Okay, let me. Constitution. Fails, so it takes all of the damage. So this is the point where I realized I should have gotten some paper. Ah, there. Okay. Yes, so you place a shatter, and not only does it damage the spider, it also causes considerable damage to its webs, and you can see a spray of web shatters just blasting everywhere.
And 500,000 of spiderlings.
And no spiderlings.
Good.
Maybe spider limbs. Still haven't developed yet. Simply limbs.
The eggs are suspended in a kind of web on the ceiling where the spider came from. So they're not on the floor.
So that's my turn.
And the cavern is about 20 feet high, in case you were wondering. Okay. Then it is the spider's turn. Oh. He notices a target that is all on her own.
No, I'm not all on my own.
Oh,
I have a tiny little.
you are relatively all on your own. At least.
Also, I probably already told my dad friend to fly to the safety. The safety.
Okay. So she will scuttle around the pillar, and then she will rear back and throw a web at you.
Yay! Well, that hits me.
Okay. So you are now restrained.
Whee!
You can, on your turn, try and break free of the web. Also, this doesn't feel like a normal spider web. It's very, very cold.
Not that I've ever been in a spider web before. That's not a thing that normally happens to people.
And then it uses a bit more of its movement to just approach. Okay, Liza.
I will move up there, and then I will green flame blade its ass.
Okay.
Sadly, I don't think that hits.
No, that doesn't.
Yeah, then it doesn't matter with the fire damage. And then I'll use my bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
And that was my turn.
Cool. And it is Cerber.
I believe he is recklessly attacking.
Probably.
Spider go everywhere.
It does seem like you might have to control him.
It's opening his. Luckily, we know how he does come. He is coming enraged and recklessly attacking everything in his path.
He's a barbarian, that's what he does.
It's-
Licorice.
And he crits. He's very angry. Because those are his tunnels and there are spiders everywhere. Yeah, so he just charges in and lops one of its legs off. Does he actually have a second one? Check.
I think he's high enough level.
He does, so he does it again.
And another one.
Not a crit this time, but it is another leg gone. Which inconveniences the spider at the very least. Yes, it looks very much like it is on its last legs. Mika, well, the first thing that happens is you suddenly feel, or not suddenly, but you feel very, very cold. Not only is there a very cold web on you, also the spider itself just radiates coldness. So,
It radiates the lack of heat energy.
yes. Or you could say she sucks out all of the heat from you.
Yes, that would be physically correct.
Which would be correct. Never mind. And you are going to take a bit of damage from it. Six points of slightly chilly damage.
Chilly? So it's hot now, isn't it?
No, 2 L's. Okay, so you can try to escape the web, which would be either a strength check or you try to break the web with an.
Did everything suddenly go quiet?
Yeah.
Not everything.
Hex?
Oh, yes. I was being a dum-dum. I can't attack the web, can I? With any part of my body? Like
You could.
a knee?
On your legs, I think. With kick it.
You could, and given that these webs aren't as elastic as normal spider webs, you're pretty sure you could break it with a good whack.
Okay. Okay. Oof. Pew. Or not.
You hit it, and it is just enough to break it.
Fragile webbing much?
Now, have you seen spider webs?
Well, they're usually not crystal-like and icy. So, I'm gonna go with a
Yes,
no.
which is why your unarmed attack actually did damage to it.
Instead of just getting tangled. Do I still have the rest of my...
Yeah, sure.
It's great. I will... punch the spider!
Hit.
And then I'm gonna punch the spider some more.
Unharmed power. Do you do those pows with your legs? Because you're not at least doing them with your arms.
Ta-da. I can do them with my head if I want to.
True. Okay, so you break out of the web and land a couple of strikes on the spider. At which point, it does this thing that spiders do when they die, when they just curl up into a ball.
Oh! Weak ass motherfucker.
Well, for a spider, it's pretty strong, but you are high level. At this point, you can hear a creaking and cracking coming from the ceiling.
We should probably leave.
That's not good. Yes,
My shatter probably didn't help it.
Probably not.
let's run.
Is it a stone creaking and cracking, or
No.
is it
It's more organic,
more brittle?
like hundreds and hundreds of tiny legs scratching against something.
Mm.
Oh,
Hmm.
oh no.
I mean, I have a cure for that, provided that they're within the 20 feet. Because it doesn't involve fireballs, it involves storm sphere. But yeah, we should probably leave.
Maybe. Not the worst idea.
The worst idea would be to basically go and give them a hug.
And
I'm pretty sure I
hear
can come up
a
with a
trickle
worse-
of tiny spiders just dropping from the ceiling.
Well, I do think we should probably take care of them.
No,
Otherwise, they might pursue us.
How big is the nest clump?
It is a clump of hang on. There is a cluster of 32 eggs,
Are they all in the same 5x5 square?
pretty much. Okay.
Do eggs have dexterity?
it
Well,
dodges.
Not really. Okay, so you do.
Also, I'm pretty sure that should do 2d8 damage.
Yes, it does double because they are vulnerable to fire.
It's not fire, it's radiant.
that's
but
yeah, you're high enough for a
yeah,
but
do
it's
it should
Oh,
it
yeah,
should
yeah,
be
yeah, you are-
one more for some reason. It's some reason it's not there.
yeah, you definitely. Okay, so you blasted with your sacred flame,
Yes. Oh.
and
An amazing 14 damage.
let's see. Try the swarm.
And it's everything within a 5-foot cube. It's the world's smallest AoE attack.
It's good for tiny swarms.
Yes. Because swarms take double damage from AoE attacks. Unless they've removed that in 5th edition. I haven't actually fought a
I
swarm
think
yet.
they have swarms aren't nearly as powerful as impact. Where is it? Oh, okay. So you do 14 points of damage. So you kill most of them, not all of them.
Right.
And as you can see, the couple of survivors are just going straight for the nearest thing they can eat, they can find, which in this case is the corpse of the queen.
Oh. Well, they're spiders.
So you have a couple of spiders starting to eat the queen. You could put them to the torch if you wanted to, or you leave them to.
They're fixed.
But I don't think we need to turn order anymore. There are really only a couple of them left. So you basically decide if you kill them or not.
Just chuck a firebolt at the queen's corpse when they've all gathered there.
Okay. So yeah, they
While they're
start
fight-
devouring the queen, and you just torture the carcass of the queen, and
Yeah.
problem solve itself.
Woohoo! I get away from the spider fire.
It is kind of nice because you are very cold.
I'm a bit cold, but it's still disturbing.
Yeah, and it probably doesn't smell good.
Nope. I would assume so.
Hmm. You're not badly hurt, so.
No, I'm fine.
Yep.
On your way away from the spider, you notice something on the pillar, or bottom of the pillar. It is a bottle. It contains a potion, or at least more of a potion sickle, because it is frozen solid.
It's a thing. I don't know what it is.
Well, I do have a bit of fire, but I know someone else does too, and I will look at them. Should we see if we could get it loose?
I mean, I use prestidigitation to produce just a tiny amount of heat, just enough to melt the ice.
It would probably take a while to melt it, but
But it
Not
wouldn't,
in a rush.
and it wouldn't damage the whatever it is.
if you would need to take the potion, you could also smash the bottle and just eat it. in an emergency. But you will recognize it as a potion of climbing.
Yeah.
In whatever state of matter it is.
About the last thing I need.
I know how to fall, but I'm not that great at climbing.
It's all about getting your handholds. You see, climbing shafts, it's a thing you do every day when you're a miner.
Yeah, I've never been a miner.
You were born old.
God damn it!
That
It's a fun occupation if you've got the guts for it. Some of those shafts are like 300 feet deep. And if you're unlucky, there's no dinghy to sit in, so you have to do the old-fashioned way of the rope and climb.
Doesn't sound too fun.
Yeah, there's a bit of danger with your work. It's not that bad.
But I like trees.
In any case, let us be off from here before the smoke gets us in the lungs.
Yeah. Sadly, we have to give up on our always go right plan.
You mean always go left?
We always went right.
No, left.
Did we?
yes.
Gosh darn it. Anyway, we must give up on that.
Why?
Because we went left and we can't. We got a
We
dead
just
end.
go left now, which is up.
Yes.
If we get lost, it's not going to work anymore. Is it? No, it's not. Because we're gonna end up in the spider nest. If we're
No.
stupid, I mean. And don't use our brains.
Also, it's easy finding our way out. It's right over there. And then just points straight into a rock.
Okay.
So you go left again,
Yes.
and you end up at yet another T intersection.
Left.
And the left path leads to a small outcropping on the outside.
We got outside.
It is quite a bit lower than the main entrance. But it is definitely the rock face that you saw when you came.
I assume there's not much to see here.
No, snow mainly. Snow and rocks.
I will make a snow angel.
Okay.
I've never done one before. So it's probably very meh. But then I'll get back to that. God damn it. Crossroads? But it's not cross shape. Oh my god. I always went that way.
It's still.
Go. Da.
Okay. So I think at this point it is fairly... I mean, not obvious, but make it obvious because
What?
And you dropped out for a second or two.
all the paths lead to Rome. So when you take this one, you already automatically take the other one, so I'm just going to reveal that as well. This path leads to yet another chamber.
Is there spoilers?
Well, the cave is 30 feet high. And the cavern itself, the floor and the ceiling and the walls are covered with the ice spider webs that you've already seen.
But is there spoilers?
You don't see any spoilers, no. You do see a couple of cocoons.
Like, with possibly people inside them?
Could be, they're large enough.
Okay, we know.
Also, apart from being very brittle, the spider webs act like usual spider webs in that they are sticky and very difficult to navigate if you don't meant to.
Oh dear.
Well, I'll just pull out my dagger and use a green flame blade, and then try and cut through it.
Oh yeah, that is active. Spider webs don't like fire.
Poor fellas.
So spider web doesn't have legs, so it can't run away from them.
That would look rather fun.
Creepy mostly. Probably.
It is almost Halloween.
I like Halloween.
Okay, so you can reach the other side of the room where the cocoons are basically sticking on the wall. There are 3 of them.
I guess we should check them out and open them.
Yep.
Okay, so you open the first one, and there is a body inside. It looks like it is a basically dried out, exsanguinated corpse of a goat.
Oh, poor goat.
It's like all shriveled up and dry, like.
That's nasty. The others are probably goats as well, but I think we should check.
So you open up a second one, and there is a body inside that is decidedly not goat-like. It looks like a dwarf.
Oh no.
It is also dried and shriveled up. It has a pickaxe that it's still holding, and a tattered fur cloak.
Dane?
It's not Dane. Obviously.
I am Dane. Dane's not answering.
He's standing somewhere drooling.
He's smoking.
Dane is not answering.
Yes,
So
because
this is
Dane is
Dane.
out for a smoke.
I'm very aware, but Dane is still not answering me, so I'm immediately assuming this is Dane.
Okay, you need to wail and...
I need to wail.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of those fucking whale tapes?
In a
Welcome back.
We found
We
a
got-
dead dwarf!
Yeah, and then you weren't answering, so I immediately assumed that it was Dane.
It's in a cocoon. The spiders stored it.
By the looks of it, it was a prospect trying to mine these tunnels. Still has his pickaxe.
Well, is he like where Vika is, or where's his location?
Yes, the cocoons are in the back of the room.
Right.
Like, yeah, somewhere.
Yeah. The Lizard has been burning away for you through the spider webs.
Hmm.
So yes, you
Um.
found a dead goat and a dead dwarf, and there is one left.
Yeah, I guess I opened the last one.
It will be a shocker if it's not a dead something.
Well, it is a human. It is a woman. And while she's not conscious, she's not dead.
Oh dear goodness. This is a shocker.
Does she look like those barbarian guys?
Vaguely. She does carry the same tribal symbolism with her.
Well, the question is, what we should do? Should we just release her?
Well, yes, obviously.
I mean, she's done nothing wrong. She's just got caught in a bit of a pickle.
Yeah, but maybe her tribe knows more about this place and we could help her to lead us through this.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
Let's
obviously
make
she wasn't very prepared.
yes. Let's make her comfortable. I'll look over her in a bit. As I hunch down in front of the dwarven corpse.
It's also possible that the spiders got her from outside. 'Cause,
Yes.
you know, the barbarians were at the door trying to get it open, so I'm not sure they know about these caverns.
Probably not.
And there is a way out just right around the corner.
Yes. Well,
But I think we definitely should wake her up and talk to her.
yes. Well, as I'm looking over the corpse of the dwarf, I'm just gonna pick out a few things like maybe if I can see what clan he is, stuff like that.
Wasn't it a woman?
The dwarf?
He was. You're examining the dwarf.
Yes,
Yes. Let's see.
I have my priorities straight.
The twit dwarf. Twit.
Well, he doesn't have all that much that would identify him. He wears a pretty tattered fur cloak. It was, in all likelihood, an explorer, probably from Mirabar or some of the Mirabar mines.
Hmm. How long do I think he's been dead?
That is difficult to say. He's been sucked dry pretty ferociously,
Mm.
you could say. But it probably has been a good while.
I'll pick up his axe and just take a look over it. See if it's good make.
It's pretty well made. Give me a. Well, actually, no, it's not to check. You are examining it, so you would find a maker's mark.
Huh.
Which you will recognize that it is. It is made by a Mirabaran smith.
Oh, is it the same bugger that made me armor?
Well, no, it's more like it. It's not the same smith, but you do recognize a symbol that states that it has been forged in Mirabar.
Ah.
And then a separate, and this is the smith type of symbol, but you don't know every smith in Mirabar, obviously.
No.
One would assume there's like a billion of them.
Yes.
But it seems very sturdy and very well made.
Well, my friend, looks like you didn't find the gold you wanted, but at least you brought some good stuff with you. I'm just gonna put the pickaxe back into like his hands. Because he's a dwarf. He might need it in the afterlife.
Indeed, he might.
And then I will set the corpse on fire. Because I don't have time for a proper burial.
That's a wonderful sentence.
Okay then. Now, Bart is woman.
Yes, as I gather, she's lying on the floor, more or less comfortable, and very unconscious.
Does she look hurt in any way?
Well, she doesn't look like she has seen better days, obviously. She's not necessarily hurt from combat, but I mean she's unconscious, so.
Yes. Doesn't look like she's currently suffering from digestive poisons or something.
Not at the moment, no. She
Right.
was probably fairly freshly stored.
Well, I'll do one of these just to wake up.
Okay.
She might
So,
also need a
her-
warm hug.
And her body will begin to move, and she will regain consciousness, very confused. And at first, she speaks in the tribal language that I don't think any of you speak.
Probably not.
And she looks around, startled, and
Easy there, lass. There's nothing wrong.
then she hears that you obviously speak common, and then she will say, Where am I? Who are you? You are not of the tribe.
A spider ate you.
Well tied.
Well, yeah.
Yes, I remember. I came into this tunnel and I wanted to investigate. Something overwhelmed me. A spider, you say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
A pretty big one.
They're all dead now, so no worries about that. We accidentally stumbled into their little nest.
Ah, it's good. So I take it that you have rescued me.
Well, in a sense.
You're still in the cave.
I mean, it's not like we rescued you, we just stumbled upon you.
We did get you out of the cocoon. So technically, we rescued you.
Well then, for that, I am grateful. You wouldn't have. You wouldn't know if I could leave this place unhindered.
Oh, you could. You could. There's not much hindering you from that.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, the spiders are gone, I think.
I think sadly, however, you will be walking alone. Because, well, your mates wasn't as talkative as you.
But what mates? I came here alone.
Oh, you did. Well, another set of your tribe was here. How long did you come here?
I don't
Well-
think she can answer that. She's been in a cocoon.
Well, what do you remember? The was the state of the moon last time you left?
Up.
It was full. It must have been full.
Hmm.
And that would have been probably at least a week ago, possibly more.
Oh, you've been here for a while then, I see. Well, did anyone of your tribe know that you were coming here?
Yes, the chieftain, Wormblood, he sent me.
For what reason exactly? Well, to scout for the oracle or something?
I was supposed to explore the ruins.
Or
Hello?
Well, yes.
I'm sorry, that doesn't seem very smart.
yes, that must have been a very bad idea. Well, your chieftain and some other blocks came here. We met him at the steps, and well, there was a bit of a quarrel.
A quarrel.
Yes. You see, I don't know, maybe they thought we had killed you or something. I'm not entirely sure. They were trying to get in.
Through the gate, not
Yes.
through the gate.
So they didn't know about the tunnels then?
Nope.
Obviously not, because they weren't here and she was.
We tried talking to them.
You drove them off?
No, we killed them.
And you can see that her facial expression kind of dropping a bit. You killed the chieftain of my tribe.
Guess so.
I mean, there wasn't really much we could do. They were all in the frenzied state. Like, fighting was the only thing on their mind.
Yeah, I mean, they even gave us a few scratches.
Yeah, in our defense, it was self-defense.
Give me a couple of diplomacy checks. Or whatever it's called.
Persuasion?
Yes, please.
Do I have to?
Who of us?
Everybody who talked to her.
Oh shit. Oh, I'm not the worst one.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I rolled shit. Like,
The dude that has a +0 got the best.
I have
Well-
-1.
Thing is, it's actually fairly fitting because Dane made a fairly compelling argument that they were in a frenzy, weren't really in a talkative mood. And it goes down to Lazar saying, yeah, they even damaged us a bit. Actually, pretty accurate. And she sees your point. She's not happy about it. On the other hand, she is grateful that you saved her from being eaten by spiders. So,
Technically, we saved her from just withering to death because there's no more spiders.
yeah. So he says, tragic
Yes.
thing.
I'm assuming there's more than about 10 people in your tribe.
Yes, I must return to the cavern
Yes.
and
Well, you
Tell the
can.
other-
We didn't take any of the belongings of people with us. So if there's anything you'd like to take with you, it's all at the front gate. I'm guessing a token of leadership or something would be a nice touch to come back with.
yes, I will. Will anybody tell her that the entrance is sealed now? Because
Oh.
I think Dane didn't. I don't know if you were still there when that happened.
Why wasn't?
Yeah, there is a large stone slab now covering the entrance.
Oh yeah, you have to walk from the inside to get to them, and then walk through these caves to get out again. So, you might as well stick with us for a little bit. Because we are going back in, I believe.
Yes, and I am grateful, but I should make haste. The others needn't be too long without a leader. Who knows what would happen?
Well, just
Have a granola bar.
And what now?
A granola bar.
those
We have-
don't exist.
They exist if I say they do. I mean, it's basically just
Yeah, like you can, you know,
Wheat and nuts and stuff.
Yeah.
And then
honey.
you could,
Yeah.
you
Fine,
could probably,
all together.
yeah, you could probably make a granola bar, but sounds like a
Granola.
very
called
elvish.
granola bar.
It sounds like a very elvish thing.
Yeah, fair. I
I
would-
think it's a thing that at our monastery, because I mean, we do yoga. Of course, we have granola bars.
Obviously.
That's a fair point, actually.
And
So
we
you,
drink green smoothies.
you hand her one, or do you just say you should get one if you can find one somewhere?
I hand her one, assuming
Okay.
I have some. I probably do. Have
Okay,
something
so
like that.
examines
you know.
it,
Rations.
bite. Thank you.
It might be a bit frozen.
It is, but she is a great worm, so she is used to that kind of thing.
Alright, then let's get going. It's pretty chilling, these caves.
Chili. Yeah.
Well, as a gentleman, I help her up.
Yeah, so you help her up, and she gets going.
Yes. Oh, and don't mind the big hawk. He's my pet. And whatever you do, don't go near him.
She looks a bit confused, and then she sees it moving and says, "Oh, yes."
I'd say it's friendly, but it isn't.
Oh no, it's almost bitten me almost twice. It's a bit touchy like that.
She gives it a wide berth. Then she continues into the tunnel.
Yeah.
As fast.
Ugh.
I assume there's no more spiders.
There's no more spoilers, no.
Yes.
You have killed all of the spiders.
Why are you suddenly Irish?
And we always.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Ah,
A diddly
Reckon if I
potato.
do.
A diddly potato.
I don't know why I laugh.
Yeah, I'm sitting here crying
Why are you crying?
because you guys are so crazy.
Oh.
All of that Irishness.
I mean, if you're not careful, you might get a good beating.
Bah,
Because you don't say beating in Irish, you say beating.
bah.
Okay. So you finally, at some point, arrive back in the waiting room.
Waiting room?
Well, it's kind of a.
This isn't the doctor's office.
Well, no, it's just a sleeping room for pilgrims who are waiting for the oracle to receive them.
That
Pretty-
makes sense.
So you have checked most of those, and some remain unchecked.
Yep.
Yes.
And you also have a couple of doors on the other side of the main room.
Well, let's make this a bit quicker. I'm getting tired of this place. I say as I walk up to the Marauder and unhook the oversized rod of locate object. I heft it and I say, now where's the bloody oracle? Point me in the direction.
The oracle.
Yes.
Well,
Is
it points you in the direction of the sealed, or not sealed, the gate with the ruins around it.
You should have asked for the frost giant axe.
Yes, I should have. Although I haven't seen that one. And
That
I
is true.
I have a clear image of what the oracle looks like because it's in a few of my books.
Yeah, and we haven't seen the axe because it's missing and we need to find it.
Hmm. Okay, let's try. Show me where the frost giant axe that is for the statue.
Well, you get the feeling that it is somewhere within this temple. And you get the feeling that it is not on the side you're on.
Yeah. Alright, other side.
How long, how long? Oh.
And then I start huffing the thing back into its holder. Because this thing is massive.
Shouldn't we check those other waiting rooms still?
Fine.
Just quickly. I mean, it's a lot of walking.
If you
Not
do
I
that,
mind.
I'll start picking out the bits of rubble and Marauder. And as I said, I start doing that because there's like magnetite stuck onto him.
So you're, while the others are exploring the rest of the room, you are staying here and picking rubble out of its spikes?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Also, I'm checking them for seeds, because you never know.
Oh, yeah.
Left and right.
Left and right. Two more waiting rooms.
I assumed.
Both of them seem to be in fairly good shape, but show no signs of recent usage.
I'm just basically going to run to the end of this hallway and looking quickly inside every room to just see if there's anything in any of them. If there's nothing, I'm just gonna
Okay, so
dart past them.
hang on.
No, I will not.
Um, okay, so you run across the corridor, and you get to. Well, actually, you don't run very far. You get to here,
Oh dear.
and as you traverse this 40-foot length of walkway, you notice that suddenly, magically, all of the entrances to the waiting rooms are sealed by walls of stone.
What the fudge?
It's not-
Are you still inside one of the rooms?
I am.
Oh
Awesome.
no!
I was following you.
And then I would like to have an initiative count.
Ooh.
Oh no! Oh no!
Hey,
Where's Harsnag?
Harshnag probably stayed in the main hall praying or something.
Why are you looking at me like that? What do you want? Oh, your body's cold. Have I made it difficult for you to get here? I am so sorry.
And for this, I'm just going to say that Burr stayed with you in the room, so I don't need to roll for him. Okay, so you are in the room and you see that it's suddenly sealed by a wall of stone.
Dane's like, oi. What the? Okay, something's up.
So yeah, Lum and Dane first.
Yes.
yeah, I'm looking at the stone. Well, I'm like, Dane, can your thing eat through that?
Oh, no problem.
I will aid for Dane's thing to eat through.
Okay. And Dane will probably instruct his marauder to start going at it.
It's like, get going.
At the same time, because you have an initiative count of 15,
Yep.
something on the outside will happen. And you can see on the far side of the corridor, the way you were heading, well, just to say it, it's your standard Indiana Jones trap. A 40 feet diameter stone sphere phases out of the wall, coming towards you.
That's fine.
Marauder, eat it before it.
Oh, Jesus.
That's fine. We're the two most dexterous people in this group. We can do this.
Well, the fun thing here is because because the Marauder has a burrow speed of 20 feet, he gets through in literally a second.
jumps through it.
My cat is just the cutest thing.
No.
Can he burrow through it, through the stone like thing multiple times until it just doesn't exist anymore?
Oh god, I would.
How tall is the room? And how big is the rolling rock?
Well, the rolling rock is just as big. It fits exactly into the corridor, as if it was built for
Probably because it was.
it. So you can feasibly fly over.
Well, I figure since it's round,
You might be able to fit over one of the corners, maybe.
Mika certainly could just lay in like the corner of the room and just let it roll past her.
Yes, it would still be a saving throw, dexterity saving throw, because the rock is very fast.
Yep. I moved.
It has a speed of 200 feet per turn.
Yay!
oh my god.
How fast?
200 feet per turn.
So it's literally here by the time the marauder gets out.
Yes, pretty much. So I'm going to have a dexterity, I think, saving throw for the one strapped in the corridor.
I'm safely in a corner.
Oh, and I'm sorry. There actually is space above it, so if you are quick enough, you can fly over.
Oh, fuck Christ's sake.
But your initiative is later than the rock, so you don't have.
This is true.
Okay, so
Yeah, of course I had to roll a fucking 1.
well,
Wild mages would be nice. Fuck you.
okay, so what happens here is you see the rock come barreling towards you, and you think, oh well, I think I could fly over it, but it's so fast that you literally take a fraction of a moment too long to think about it. Mika just instinctively drops to the side and actually is unharmed by this.
What's
You,
the
however-
DC?
DC
Don't
is
tell me it's...
the DC is 12.
I need to roll a 3.
I'm sorry.
Nice.
That's so.
So it will squash you quite fiercely.
At this moment, you wish you were a halfling.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Hey, at least you can hellish rebuke the rock.
Nice.
So you take 47 points of damage, and you are knocked prone.
I guess, yeah.
Oh.
Oh god. And the rock rolls me.
Yes,
I'm-
so
If I'm
basically
seeing
what
that
the
correctly,
rock rolls through, and just as your marauder pushes through the door, you can just see the rock go by, because it basically happens at the same time.
it's probably like I'm the image in my head is that Marauder just sticks its face out, and the rock just whizzes past and grinds against his face, causing all kinds of sparks to fly off.
Yeah, that's a good picture.
Oh wait, I will actually use my reaction. Because I can use my reaction to half the damage.
Oh yeah, that would be a good idea.
Isn't that when you're hit by an attack?
Let me just check.
Because I believe area of effects do not count as attacks. That's why you have evasion.
Oh yeah, uncanny dodges against attacks. Pretty-
Oh, damn it.
Sorry.
Yeah, so the rock whizzes past. And on the next turn, it will arrive on the other side of the corridor.
In that nicely rock-shaped alcove.
Yeah, there is a statue of a giant in the alcove.
Not for long.
It's now a statue of a boulder.
Well, actually, as you look out of the corridor and see what happens, you can see that the statue starts to move, and it puts its arms out as if to catch the boulder.
Oh, so it is a statue of a boulder.
What?
I think I only take half damage even of a shell. Don't I?
When you're subjected to an
Yes.
effect.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, so you don't take 7, you take
23.
So if someone was to fail, it would you were the best one.
Yeah.
I also have
I
that.
think Mika also
so-
has that. Or possibly a raging burr.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd still be hit by it, but he'd just shrug it off like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Well, not nothing, but like a lot smaller boulder.
Yes, so
But
it's
yeah, I'm still on the ground groaning.
yeah, so the
Just think of Loki from Avengers. Oh,
yeah, so the statue in the alcove is actually a stone giant statue shaped golem.
oh god! Don't tell me that it has like a baseball bat.
No. It just literally holds out its hands awaiting. But yeah, you look outside and you see Lazar in a crumpled heap on the floor, and Mika seemingly unharmed.
Yep.
I thought you were the trap expert. As I poke my head out through the now open wall.
I walked first.
Oh,
I triggered it.
Oh, at least you're alive.
I'm fine though.
Most can say. Yeah, you are. Lazar doesn't look like he's gonna be getting up anytime soon.
Yeah. Sorry about the big ball of stone. I walk over to Lazar and I help him out of his
Predicament.
hole.
the Lazar-shaped hole in the ground.
Yep.
Oh, and then I'll slowly get up.
And I will resume my plan of running, but just a bit more carefully.
Okay.
And I will yell at everyone to maybe not stand in the thing just in case there's another boulder.
Oh, don't worry. I know how these things work. It's not gonna be another one. It's too much of a hassle to set up to.
He says as the other one comes down.
So you quickly run to the other rooms. Notice that
Empty?
they are mostly empty. One of them has what's apparently a giant's bag, but it is empty.
Empty.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
I guess.
Why
we
would a
just-
giant have an empty bag?
Well, maybe it had food in it and it has been eaten or rotted away.
Meanwhile, you can see that the giant statue has caught the boulder and starts rolling it back the corridor slowly.
Oh god!
Okay, everyone inside. Pointing towards the hole.
Yeah,
Um,
go.
It moves at a pace of 20 feet per round, so you could probably just fan yourselves out. Go.
Also,
Or
Mika,
you-
I think
you wait
there's a wall of stone in the way there.
Oh, that's true.
The only one that's actually open is the one.
Well, I don't technically need to get into a room. I can just go into the corner as it slowly slides by.
Yes, I mean, pretty much all of you could just crawl along the side of the boulder now that it's moving at a tenth of the speed it moved downwards. Or you just wait until the golem rolled boulder back.
Yeah, I don't think the Marauder could do that.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he'd stop the ball.
Well,
That it's slow.
it's a freestanding ball of stone, so if he started burrowing into it, it would just crumble because it would completely fuck up the internal structure of it.
So
Um,
the stone giant statue rolls the boulder up the slope, or up the corridor, and into its invisible pocket.
Hey, look, we have a artificial Sisyphus or Sisyphus.
Fancy words you use.
And afterwards, it returns to its alcove. At which point, the walls of stone on all of the rooms disappear.
Well, I would suggest that we get away from this room.
Back to the main hall thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Well, the axe is in the southern portion, so let's just go there.
I hope there's no more boulder traps.
I wonder why my HP bar is on my token.
Well, your token is tiny, so that fucks up pretty much everything.
Oh,
Yeah, I seriously have to think of something else with the other giant-sized maps because that doesn't work.
Also, it does look like the tiles on the ground are actually the actual tiles you're supposed to use.
Yeah, probably, but probably. But then you have the discrepancy of one tile actually being 20 foot. You know. We'll just play it by ear on the neck and use the actual grid. Okay, so you come back around through the main hall. There's another set of double doors that you have previously thawed. Shut.
I would suggest that we take a short rest. I have some kinks in my wing that needs to be winged out.
Sure.
I still got some orcs that needs picking out. Yep. So yeah. While Lazar is resting, I'm sitting on the Marauder, taking out rocks that have stuck to it and looking them through, and whichever ones seem to have a good chunk of minerals in it, I just chuck into a saddlebag.
Okay.
Can you tell a story while doing it?
And maybe. It's not a good one.
He's preoccupied.
It's a pretty boring story about minerals, bro.
Yeah, I'm probably talking about the like. It's slightly interesting, but I'm probably talking about like metallurgy and geology and prospecting.
Yeah, that's not really my interest.
And
But I'll listen and I'll not and just take care of my wounds.
yoga.
Just because I have an hour. Like, do I actually find anything interesting in these pieces of rock?
Well, let me investigate.
Are you gonna investigate or am I gonna investigate?
Yeah, you investigate. I need to.
I guess we're doing a 5-minute pipe break.
Probably.
Yeah, let's do that.
I should also look up which skill prospecting is under. I think it's history, actually. Which might sound weird.
I could see that.
I mean,
I
engineering
would
is
also
under
probably
history.
allow nature. Does that make sense?
I mean, I do have this.
Oh yeah. I'd say a nature check with a stone cunning would probably be the simplest.
Of course.
Oh, not very mineral rich stone here.
Aha, 12.
You find not very much of any note. Only thing here. You do find a few small veins of precious material.
Is there gold in the hills?
No gold, but you do find a fairly good, a fairly high quality piece of quartz.
Ooh, does that mean there's also cinnabar present?
There might be a couple of them, but not. It's not very rich.
No, but it is a good indicator to something else. Because mercury is expensive as shit, and usually means that there's a good deposit of something or other, usually either lead or silver in the nearby area, due to
Well,
geological structures.
Seeing that there is a dead dwarven prospector in a cavern, or at least what's left of it,
Yes.
probably there's probably a reason that he investigated there, but it's not very rich stone. There are traces of many things. The most valuable thing you found in this is a 50 gold piece of quartz.
That's pretty good, actually. Because quartz isn't very valuable unless it's in great quantities. That's
Well,
like a
It's a fairly large and fairly good crystal.
yeah, it's like a 5-pound crystal. It's fucking huge.
Or what remains of the large crystal after your Marauder chewed through it, probably. You could piece it together, and it's worth approximately.
I mean, I wasn't picking through like the rubble that he left behind. I was picking through the stuff that gets stuck on his spikes and in between them and so on and so forth.
Yes, but a large crystal wouldn't really survive this.
Ah. Yes. True.
Crystal brittle.
Still.
But yeah, there are enough chunks.
Could probably shave it, make it into quartz glass or something.
Yeah, that would probably.
Because that would make some quite a few quartz vials, which is nice. Because quartz is strong as shit when made right. Anyway, before people get back, I'm gonna go out for another quick smoke. Just take the opportunity.
Whippy!
Awesome.
Weeby.
And I has Floof.
You has what now?
Floof.
Oh,
You go to the door. Does it mean we're all back?
pretty
I think
much,
so.
I guess.
I'm here.
Okay then. So you took a short rest,
Yes.
picked rocks out of spiky surfaces, and yeah, there are enormous doors in front of you. Also, I don't remember if I made a point of this last time or not, but these were not frozen.
Oh,
All of the others were.
cool.
The two on the bottom here.
So it might have been that someone's been here before.
Maybe.
Yes. Well, let's get this show on the road. No sense in pussyfooting around. Gonna go
Left?
open the door.
That's right.
Depends on which way you're looking.
Left, right, left.
Okay, so you open the door, and
Open sesame.
on the other side of the door is a very large room, with a fire pit in the center and a large alcove. There are tables and benches. It looks like a feast hall. Also, in the alcove is a large thing that begins moving and hissing as you enter.
Is it a spider?
It is not a spider.
Ooh,
It is
Is it-
something that you have encountered before, but larger.
Is it a Remoras?
Yes, it is.
Eh.
Yeah.
Alltså,
as long as it's not a spider.
It's not a spider. It's basically a giant caterpillar.
yeah.
Sweet, these gigantic bugs.
It was curled up in an alcove, and as it notices somebody entering, it unfurls.
Some distance it has to cover though.
Oh yes, you are a long distance away. You might be able to capitalize on this.
Yes. No, I don't remember, but Remoras's are pretty much immune to fire, right?
Hang on. Yes.
Yeah.
And they don't mind cold either,
Yes.
obviously.
Yay!
This is another battle where Lam is going to feel super useful.
Yes. I mean, the thing is, I could just take just be like, fuck this and cast my 4th level spell, but I don't know.
Do it after we're all dead and you realize that everything you've done has been a huge mistake.
Yeah, it's a possibility. Okay, now I roll decently shit.
It's gonna be, if we just stay here in the door, it's gonna be like 5 turns until we can get to us.
I don't think I rolled higher than a 4 today.
but you're still faster than it.
This is where I wish I had spell sniper.
Yes. So, are you waiting for it to approach, or are you going to rush in?
No, I think it's best if we just wait for it. I'm just gonna place myself kind of like this, and I'm gonna place the Marauder in the door so it can't get past.
Okay.
Yep, and I'm gonna hold my action to pepper it with magic missiles once it gets within 120 range.
I'm gonna hide behind the Marauder until it gets here.
Okay. I'm assuming you're all holding, all of you who range are holding for something in case it somehow manages to teleport to you in this turn.
Yes. That would be a shadow.
Yes, are you staying
I think
well outside, or are you approaching the enemies?
Oh, right. And I use my bonus action, because I always forget. Just let me do my job, okay?
So,
Well, since I'm actually close enough, I guess I will be shooting my shortbow.
Through the pillar.
Oh, I can't see it.
you can see it, but it has at least some cover of. I mean,
Yeah,
it is a freaking huge creature. You
Yeah,
could
that's
probably
fine.
target a part of it. Most of it is covered. So if you shoot it, it will get a bonus to it.
Do you have sharpshooter?
Nope.
That is a miss, unfortunately. Two sevens. That's very stat. Okay, so it's going to make its way downtown.
Wait, what? You just forced the song into my head.
That may or may not be on purpose. And yes, it is not very fast, so this is going to take a while if you're going to stay there.
Eh.
So, in the
Tactics.
interest of time,
Yes. How many turns will Lazar get to shoot at it?
hang on. That depends. Because the first time something will hit it, it is going to burrow.
Ah,
Because it can do that. So basically, it would take. Hang on. Is it?
At some point, I will use one turn to yell, Harshnag!
It would take 7 turns to get to you. So, Lazar, you can take a couple of shots.
how close does it get before it burrows?
Well, that depends on when Lazar is actually hitting it,
Right.
or somebody else.
Well, when it comes within 120, I will hit it. Because magic missile.
Yeah.
Well, that's one round.
Yes, I'm just going to tell you its armor class is 17, so...
So if I'm right in this, it will take it. Don't forget it can dash, so 60.
Oh yeah, that is actually true. It would have probably...
Like,
It moved there, and then it...
Yeah, and then I missed it again. I didn't move forward.
Then on the second turn, it would probably be here and scuttling over the table.
So I have one more shot.
This time without the dis. I mean, it is still out of your range. I think.
Yeah, god damn it.
So yes, it will on the third turn. Come up to here, and you will blast it with magic missiles.
Yes.
pew 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 pew.
I have a lot of points, so why not?
Okay.
That was a crap roll. Oh, it is not adding. It should be 2 more damage. It's not adding the +1 for the extra die force.
Oh yeah.
So it's 11 force damage.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, wait, hold on. Okay, now there's also 2 more. It's only shooting 1. What the fuck? That's.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll it manually because the spell doesn't seem to work properly. So it's casted at level 3, so that's 5d4. That's 5. There we go.
Ah, that looks more realistic. Okay.
Enemy missile streak.
Yes, but it has its used its movement for the turn. You held your turn, which means you're up straight again.
Yes. And let's see here. Ooh, I should probably save some points, so I'm just gonna do it again, but at a level 2 this time. And do almost as much damage.
Oh, okay. Mika, it has gotten much closer, but probably not close enough for you to do anything.
And that's my turn.
Oh, by the way, behind me, the Marauder is like rearing to go for whatever happens. Like, if it gets within charge range or whatever.
Okay, Mr. Lam.
Yeah, I assumed. Fuck, I didn't have a sight. Completely forgot to grab the probably to take. It's coming, but I can just move.
Yeah, he spent the last half minute staring into a wall.
Yes.
I would assume that you maybe moved into position.
Also, I can move 60 feet per turn if I want to for 1 turn, so not a problem to move into position.
Yes, so let's say you started from... Is there anything you kind of want to do?
Maybe I need range.
Start a musical number.
100 feet. That would be. I would not have marked range. Why have I not marked range?
Good job.
Because you're a lum.
Fair. 60 feet, no shatter. I would like to hold my action just in case they somehow end into melee.
Okay.
Because when that thing stops moving, I will then give it a reason to move.
Here's a question. Can it actually dash while burrowing?
Yes.
Okay. But it's Lizov.
Yeah, I will take a 5-foot step forward, and then I will shoot my short bow.
Without
then I-
penalty.
Yeah, then I'm within 80 feet.
Okay. Hey, that's a solid hit.
Yeah, for 5 damage.
Well, it's still something.
And then I guess I take a few steps backwards.
Okay. So,
In behind the door, so if it has a breath or something, it won't hit me.
as it approached and being hit with things that actually hurt it, that it's not going to like that. So it's going to burrow into the ground and approach from there.
And as it does, so does the Marauder.
Okay.
He takes his held action to dash 20 feet underground.
I imagine he's like a puppy that has finally been
What's its
given
burrow speed?
the order to.
He's got a 20 feet burrow speed, so that's his entire move. I'm thinking that Emerald has probably a better burrow speed.
Well, possibly. So it basically goes through the table into the ground and burrowing along.
Where did it go?
And I think now we will have the clash.
Yes, underground of all places.
Inappropriate sound effect.
We can all hear this, very muffled. Because like...
I mean, technically they're in melee, so I now take my action, but I'm gonna hold my action until they're in melee and I have line of sight.
Alright, so... From within their respective tunnels...
Does your Marauder have any resistance to fire?
No.
Okay.
He's got resistance to metal weapons.
Well,
I don't think the big caterpillar has a sword.
those are 2 hits. Crit and hit. So that means
Yeah,
your
well,
Marauder bites and claws into something that is very hot. And we'll proceed to take 16 points of damage.
Owie.
okay.
Is this the most damage he's ever taken?
I think so.
He is now at 108. He barely even notices.
It's a little warm.
Yeah. Marauders are scary.
Don't say.
Yeah. And this is me having nerfed him. Like, quite substantially. The only thing he really has from his old stat block is his health. Because it makes sense that he has a lot of health.
Yeah, it's basically a wandering rock.
Yep.
Hang on. That very slow mathing today.
This is fine. My toes are cold.
My
that you
feet
also
are cold.
Okay.
Oh, human, where are we dancers?
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
the creature has vanished from your sight, but you can hear a rumbling somewhere beneath the table,
Yes.
beneath the
Okay.
floor.
Can the Marauder then... I don't know if this would be applicable, but could the Marauder then, like, use his bonus action to just burst the floor open? Because they're... I'm imagining they're only, like, 5 feet under or something.
Yeah, they're probably not very deep. Yeah,
Or we-
probably he probably could, but you wouldn't have very much sight of creature.
Yeah, or we could just have an underground monster battle, which I would be
Wait.
completely fine with.
But Alam will use the spell Summon Popcorn, even though there's really nothing to look at.
It's a cantrip, right?
Yeah.
Prestidigitation.
Okay, so you probably see the burrowing paths because, like I said,
It cracks.
it's not very deep under.
Yeah. Well, Dane is going to move because he still has his own action. Let's see. He doesn't know exactly where his. I'm gonna need GM ruling on this because I know kind of where the Marauder is. Could I shout really loudly to inspire the Marauder?
Thaumaturgy.
Yeah, I use my action to cast Thaumaturgy on myself, so I'm
if you
louder.
ramp it up, then yeah, I'm gonna say
All right. Yeah, get that little wrangleworm. It's nothing more than fish bait compared to you.
And warmth. Fish
Yeah.
bait and warmth.
yeah, and then it is Mika's turn.
I'll yell, never mind! And just dash. And to zoom it out, I must zoom in. I'm gonna dash to the table.
Yes, you can clearly see the floor beneath the table moving and shaking.
And I'm just gonna start cheering for the Marauder.
Yeah. By the way, I think I named him Bane.
Question is it B-A-N-E or B-A-I-N?
It's Bane.
That's cute. Cause it's only
You were not born in the stone.
a little bit different from Dane. It's like someone put a belt on your name and on the D and it just
Someone put a belt on your name.
It squeezed it too hard. It's like holding in a gut belly.
Yep.
Lum.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the right tool. I'm gonna go here, lean, and also going to cheer for the Marauder.
Zah, are you going to ask Lum for a bit of popcorn?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the range is a room, so you're currently out of the room, so you're not unfortunately in the
In the face.
spell's range.
Well,
But I can just
I'll-
recast it.
no, I'll step in and then I'll use my mage hand, which can be done at a distance because I'm Arcane Trickster, and grab some popcorn.
Oh, okay. You're stealing someone's popcorn.
Yep.
Meanwhile,
I
beneath the
love the
floor,
material component in that.
well, let's see. It will try and bite whatever it is that it just encountered. And then, depending on whether it has success or not, it's either staying there or decides that some other things have to be easier to devour. Hmm.
Holy crap!
Okay, this thing is scary.
Yeah, it's an adult one. I don't think it gets through.
Actually, it does, because
It does.
his armor class is 17.
Well,
Dang.
Unless he gets a cover bonus for being underground, but
Oh,
they're
not
both
really,
underground,
because-
so
So 50
they're
damage.
both subterranean creatures.
yeah.
Holy
So
shit.
that is 50
damage.
damage.
Exactly.
I must say, I'm glad it's the Marauder taking this.
And
And
your
not-
Marauder will be happy to hear that it is not small enough to be actually swallowed. Because it can do that.
It also knocked half his health out of him. The Marauder is now bloodied.
Oh dear. We might have to
Is
help
it?
him.
It's stone.
It's still. It's not
covered
actually.
in stone.
It's covered in stone. It's actually an organic creature underneath.
Okay, I thought it was just like a piece of stone that's not like, no, I exist.
It just looks like a piece of stone.
It's an aberration, not a elemental or construct.
So I imagine that this back and forth combat will probably shake the floor loose so that you can actually make out where the creatures are and where which creature is, and possibly even get to them. Because biting and shaking are not really actions that leave the ground smooth. So yeah, they shake loose the cover that. But it took a good bite, so it's going to remain there.
Well, Dane is going to rush around.
And
So
they
he
will
has-
probably notice that his Marauder is in
Yes,
a comparatively bad shape.
It's
This-
pain.
is why I am doing this.
Oh,
Blindness deafness.
okay. Cushion.
No, fuck's sake.
Just only double.
Yes. Then I will cast Shield of Faith again on the Marauder. Just a second. What the fuck? Why are... Okay, somehow that... Okay, that's why it changed. Somehow his... the Marauder's dex got removed when I edited the sheet.
Oh,
Weird.
Okay, and that's me action, that's me move, that's me.
So, okay, so
Yes,
you
so,
you shoot
um,
Faith the Marauder.
yes.
That
Then
means won't
I'm
fail
going to. Yes.
because it is concentrated.
Yes, mine fades.
Okay,
Then I action surge
okay.
because fucking Eldritch knights are amazing like that.
Yeah, I don't know why there aren't more of them around. I actually really like.
And well, the blindness deafness didn't work very well. So I am going to cast a. Actually, I will probably be here actually, so I can get close enough to the Marauder. And so I'm going to do with my action surge. I'm going to do a 3rd level cure wounds on the Marauder.
Marked.
That was one.
Yes. He's no longer bloodied. And then the Marauder is going to unleash hell. Because now he's pissed.
Mad.
Look at those rolls.
I don't like you very much.
The first one is just above average.
More the 2 hit rolls.
Well, yeah, that's true.
They
That-
are
3 hits.
pleasingly symmetrical.
Yes,
Means the
indeed.
Marauder will take 28 points of fire damage.
Even more symmetrical than I assumed.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
that is perfect symmetry actually.
Yes, very
Um,
much so.
Right.
He's back to. He's
That's it.
back down below bloodied. He's got 50 health left.
I mean, that's still more than I have in total, so...
Yeah. And that's my turn. I love pets and I love fighters. Longest fucking turns in history.
Okay, Mika,
Yep.
you can now see what is transpiring.
Speaking of pets, mine is flying somewhere very high and far away from this terrible.
Yes, so it explicitly states that a Tressum practically behaves like a cat, but it has wings. So there's no way it goes near that thing.
Nika, please don't. Go here. For
Well,
totally not meta reasons.
But although I would prefer to not be under the. That's.
Well, actually,
I am going to jump into and onto the. You know what? Which are apparently I'm going straight through it and underneath it.
you're not making my life very easy.
I am sorry, but I'm literally all I have is my fists and knees and legs and head.
You can be a melee on it, but fine, that's... yes.
Okay, so you Shadow of the Colossus it. 1 hit,
Bing! Oh my
1
god!
miss,
Bing! Oh my!
and another miss.
Is the 17 a hit?
Didn't it have an
And the
AC?
70. Oh yeah, so it's 2
So
hits.
2 hits.
Yes.
Well, yay!
You almost doubled the damage you dealt with that one hit.
Yes, however, as you land on it, you notice that its body is incredibly hot.
Yes.
That's unfortunate, but also please make a Constitution save.
It's tripped.
No, it's not. I'm trying to stun it.
Oh.
Is it a Constitution? Yes, it is. Well, that's never mind. It was worth a try.
So you hit it twice, and you are technically touching it because you're sitting on it.
Yes, that would count as touching something.
So you take 32 points of fire.
Ow! Mom!
But you also dealt 17 points of damage to it.
That seems sad.
It looks like the damage is starting to wear it down.
So do I.
The damage is starting to wear down, and then it's the sorcerer's turn.
It is.
So I came prepared. So that entire area is just gonna be
You're
lightning.
going to blast what remains of the table.
No, it's just gonna be very electrocuted.
Okay.
So I would like it to make a strength saving throw first. So I have not listed the save there. So I have to figure out what my save is. That's enough in any case.
That's not.
But yeah, how did I check my save? What was the base save in this? 8 plus proficiency plus charisma?
Yes.
Not
Yeah.
right. Okay, so yeah, he definitely makes it, but then there's, because the bonus action, because I shoot it with a thing while I miss, but I did shoot it still. The thing is, I can keep that up for like, a minute. Yeah, it's there.
60 feet.
Also, everyone, give me a second. Everyone except me has a disadvantage on hearing-based perception. It's quite loud.
Loud.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's basically
welcome.
a ball of thunderstorm.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's right.
Is it just 30?
Oh wait, no, it's only 30. Okay, yeah, cool. Okay, so then Lizard doesn't have it either.
Okay. Well, that's there. And,
Yeah.
The lightning that shot out of it blasted what's left of the table on this side to little tiny bits.
Also known as
That
smithereens.
makes Lazar's turn.
Smithereen is like
yeah.
Catherine, but male.
I'll move up there, and as I do, I put on my short bow and switch to my hand crossbow.
Okay. You can smell the faint smell of burning half-orc hair. Or singed half-orc.
My hair is not on fire.
Hair doesn't really burn, it singes.
But
Yeah, and then I'll pew pew.
although my hair is still fine.
The one on your head.
True.
That's it. Oh,
And the second one won't have the sneak attack damage.
okay. 30 damage. If I mathematically.
Yes. So it's taken 149 damage so far.
Yep. And it's still going.
Yes, because it's an adult Remoras.
Yep. But it is starting to look pretty
Not happy?
and not happy. So,
I'm not on you.
the thing is, it probably cannot bite Mika because you are on top of it.
Yeah, and I'm assuming I'm like in the neck,
Yeah.
right behind the neck thing. Neck thing,
No.
also known as
It
the
is
neck.
an animal with animal intelligence. Well, monstrosity technically, but it has animal intelligence. So would it go for the small thing that it could fathomably swallow? Or would it continue to attack the large? I feel it would continue attacking the large thing because it already had success on that. and it looks more menacing.
Not very tasty though.
It is bleeding.
So let's see.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh god.
That's 44 damage.
Yes, it crunches down on the Marauder again.
Oh shit, I completely forgot. The thing is in my storm sphere, so I actually had advantage on that stormy thing. So it actually did take the 14 damage.
Wait, what?
If it's in the storm thing,
okay.
I have advantage on the attack.
Then the lightning bolt.
Yeah, so it takes 14 damage.
Makes sense.
Okay.
It's easy to hit the thing with the lightning if the
It's
thing
in the
is-
lightning, yes.
Yeah.
The lightning doesn't have to go really far, but it can just turn inside.
It will move out of it now.
But yeah,
But yeah. I think that technically provokes an attack of opportunity from Bane.
Yes. And since I'm a warcaster, I can cast a spell.
Yep.
does count as difficult terrain though. Just have enough movement.
Yes, it has enough movement.
Aw.
I'm gonna move with it because I'm like literally on it, so that's what happens.
You're
That's
holding
why
it.
I'd say you also don't have an attack of opportunity, because it doesn't move away from you.
Yeah, this is true.
Right, just a second. I'm just gonna see if I can fix my magic missile. Because I think I know what the problem is.
Meh.
Okay,
Who let the goat out?
that should have fixed it. So I am going to use my Warcaster to Magic Missile the Bastard at level 1. No, level 2, because I'm starting to run out of spell points.
Okay, that is four.
Okay, that didn't work.
That's something wrong with it.
1d0.
The basic one worked.
Yeah, the 3d4 are correct. and
Yeah, it's
plus
just
one-
a +1. I wrote into the wrong one, so it's 14 damage.
Okay. And then
Oh.
it's your turn.
Do it again.
There we go. Now it should be perfect. Okay, just a second. Reducing my spell points. 10 left. Actually, I'm gonna do the Marauder first. I think. Because he is still going at his strong. So he's gonna bite it.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
Then take 2d6 points of damage. See if he knocks him out.
No.
Oh, hang on.
Hmm?
Oh no. I was thinking I rolled the wrong number of d6, but I did.
Oh, is it 3d6?
It is 3d6.
There's still a chance that he might not be knocked out.
10
he's
points.
knocked out.
He's still
maybe.
going?
He's unconscious.
Okay.
The image is slightly hilarious.
Yeah. Well, he is a beastie, so he does what he does until he's done.
Ferocious bite. Oh, I'm asleep. No.
Well, how bad does the Remoras look?
Pretty bad. You could probably finish.
Well, I am going to do another second level magic missile.
Which one?
I don't want to touch this bastard.
Smart idea.
Yep.
Actually, yes, because he, even if Moro rolls a 1 on his death save next turn, he should be fine. So that's 14 force damage.
Okay,
Not dead yet.
hang on. Guess what happened?
One
Hit point.
Yes.
Like, please miss it so I can knock it unconscious with my bow.
Bow? You have a bow?
Yeah, I have a short bow. I just never fucking use it.
Yeah. Well, sadly I can't do Healing Word as a bonus action because I've cast a spell, so that's my turn.
Okay. Mika.
Well,
There's one miss and one hit. The hit does actually kill it, but not before you take your last bit of heat damage,
it's fine.
as you are technically still sitting on it, which is touching it,
Standing.
and you hit it with an attack. So it's
And my fist went through its base.
21 points of slightly warm damage.
Fine.
I'm imagining just like Mika sitting, or like, you know, legs crossed on top of the Remora's head, just punching it.
Yes, so with the last punch, you punch through its carapace, and it really burns your fist, but then you feel the warmth just dissipating. The creature stops moving.
I will jump away. Because it's still, you know, warmish. Whee! And
As the
just
thing
shaking
dies.
My hands like, ow, 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 ow.
As the thing dies, is there anything else that's immediately trying to kill us?
No,
I will then drop the massively loud thunderstorm that's right next to Dane's ear.
what?
So no one actually hears me go, ow, ow, ow.
Pretty much.
No, but you will probably have blisters wherever wherever you sat on it, and on your
I
hand.
didn't sit.
I'm assuming you said blisters because I heard ballistas. And I
No,
think that's not.
blister, not ballistas.
I am very next turn. I am then using a potion of healing on the poor marauder.
I didn't expect that would happen actually, but you know.
What is it, 2d4 plus 4 or is it 2d4 plus 2?
+2.
+2.
6 elf.
Oh, it's better than
Well,
0.
Yeah, it
Basic
brings him back to consciousness.
It's a 0 with a pump.
And then it's like, oh, okay, you did fine there, big guy. Next time, maybe back off.
Huh?
I smell like food.
No, you don't.
I smell like terrible food.
That I can agree on.
Yeah.
Also, I
It's
love the
not a
fact
great look.
I love the fact that the map has an actual Remras just
Yeah.
built into it.
Meow.
Okay, so
Fellow comes back down.
Yes, you see that there is a large fire pit, obviously, a couple of tables, one of which is destroyed, and two massive stone slabs in the center of the room. On the southern slab is an assortment of dishes and cutlery, giant-sized, obviously. And the northern slab is covered in all sorts of food stains and grease and blood. Also, as you investigate, you see something leaning against the southernmost.
Is it an axe?
It is an axe.
And my axe.
It is what appears to be a great axe that is sized for a frost giant.
Harshnag. We're not gonna lift it.
Does anybody want to try and lift it?
Cool. -1 strength. Let's go.
I'm tending the wounds of my Marauder, because he's taking a short break. Or a short rest.
Luckily, I don't have disadvantage.
Well, you are very confident that you might be able to move it at least.
I accidentally, push it over and it hits Burr in the head.
I mean, it is 750 pounds.
No. Give me a second. That is 5.7 times as much as Lum weighs.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to use some.
So, hearing the kerfuffle you have had and the smelling something that smells like food,
Terrible food.
terrible food, but food, Harshnag is going to approach. And
Harshnag, we found it.
you found it. Oh, what happened here?
That thing, and I point at the
Oh,
whatever the hell it is.
oh, those are dangerous.
Didn't you
You
hear me
you
yell?
should have called me.
I called for
We
you.
yelled for you twice.
Yes, but then you said never mind.
Yes.
So I didn't mind.
Fair.
was-
And then when I yelled at you again, I had already summoned the thunderstorm. Yeah, you have a fair point.
Well, at least it's fine now. Ben's actually healing up. Disembowsing. And, well, burn marks.
Yes, and then he will notice that you have found the axe and says, "Oh, there it is. Good." Approaches, lifts it with two hands. It is still really heavy.
I'm really glad I don't use weapons because both of my hands hurt really bad.
I give Lum a big slap for the bad punny
It's a
rhyme.
rhyme.
Okay, so he takes the axe and leaves the room and says, yes, with this, I think we should be able to open them.
Because I think we are quite done with this place.
Just a little bit.
So he approaches the portal with the axe in hand. And he touches the axe to the ice symbol, or the ice rune, I suppose. At this point, the rune starts glowing, and the axe disappears from Harshnag's hand and reappears in the statue of the frost. And the mist that was covering the portal clears, and you can see that there is a room on the other side.
Oh shit, it's time for a boss fight.
And
Yay! Luckily, I burned all my spells.
Luckily, I
Nothing.
burned all of my hands.
Fair.
That was a Dark Souls reference, by the way.
Yes.
Oh, right, that happens. I haven't played it, but I have watched
Often, it happens often.
yes, on the other side of the archway, you see a hexagonal chamber, 50 feet high, vaulted ceiling, like every ceiling. No, actually 90 feet. In each of the corners stands a statue of a type of giant, life-sized, holding up heavy lanterns with one raised arm. And a cold magical light radiates from every lantern and casts light on the room. And especially notably, the corpse of a dead...
Corpses usually are.
Of a dead giant on the floor, in the middle of the room.
What kind of a giant?
It is a... hang on.
How well preserved is the corpse?
It's pickled.
Well, it is freeze-dried.
That's better.
I will look around for what killed it.
It is a cloud giant.
I don't feel bad. There's fuckers just throw rocks at from their fortress and... No, we don't want to fight you. We're just gonna...
Some of them were
Right there.
nice, right?
Yeah, some of them were nice. Actually, yeah, I feel remotely bad.
The corpse looks like it has been here for a while. It has been well preserved, cold.
Actually,
Next to the body is a giant frost-covered morning star.
Does the giant have the rune that the good cloud giants gave us? Because I still have that.
He doesn't.
I don't feel
as
that.
you enter, you can see a spirit forming over the dead.
Oh dear.
I'm
I-
pulling out my hand crossbow.
If Lum feeling bad would cancel this, Lum would start feeling bad.
My fists make a whirring sound. They power up.
You're revving your fists.
But I'm like, is this the Oracle?
So yes, the spirit manifests and turns to you and says, "Who are you? Why have you come here?"
Are you the Oracle?
No, I was just a petitioner, like
Oh.
you, I assume.
Harshnag?
How did you die?
I don't remember. I think I was slain.
That would be quite obvious from the situation.
Yes, I think it must have been. And he starts pondering.
Well, I will look very carefully for whatever killed him.
Apart from what I've described, the room, there is nothing else.
Is it possible you froze to death?
No,
Is
I-
it possible
I-
you starved
I
to
remember. I remember a battle.
death?
Is it possible?
You hallucinated the battle?
Is it possible that the battle took so long that you starved to death?
No, no.
Or-
I remember now.
Or
I
that
was-
the battle was so uneventful that you bored to death?
I was killed by my father.
Who's your father? Is your father the Oracle?
No, no. Came to the oracle to ask questions, and the
Yeah.
answers from the oracle apparently didn't please my father.
So he killed you.
Yes.
Because he didn't want the truth of what the Oracle had said to come out, I'm assuming.
Yes.
That sounds
Well, what
weird.
did he
I mean,
say?
Who was your father? I mean, is your father?
He tells you that his father goes by the name of Blaggothcus. And like himself, obviously, he's a cloud giant. He does not know where. He does not know his whereabouts, though.
That makes sense. You are dead.
What was your home when you were still alive?
We lived in a magnificent cloud castle. I suppose my father still inhabits it.
Oh, that place.
Did your
There are several.
did your dad possibly have a habit of ordering the castle to fly near a city and throw rocks at it?
Mm, at least not while I was there.
Okay. Just let's get to the meat bits. Sorry,
I mean,
no pun
they're
intended.
there.
What was it that the Oracle said that your father slayed you for?
My father petitioned for knowledge in order to gain power, and the oracle told me that I need to step out from his dark shadow. This enraged him, and he slew me.
Ah.
Ah.
So,
Sorry to say, but your dad's a cunt.
He is.
I think he knows that. I mean, he's dead.
Yeah, fair.
Has there been no one else since you came here?
No, nobody.
How long have you been dead?
He thinks for a bit, and he can't actually remember.
I'm gonna walk up to his corpse. And I'm gonna look it over.
Autopsy.
And just judging by the fact that this room has been closed, how cold it is, and so on and so forth, I'm gonna try to extrapolate how long he might have been dead. With a natural 20.
You know how many seconds he's been dead.
It has to have been a considerable amount of time. Paired with what he said that his father wanted to gain influence, it would place it at least before the ordering was shattered. So his father didn't petition for he wants to rule the giants, but he wants to have more influence.
Right.
So yeah,
Wow.
this has to have been before whatever happened with the giants.
So a year or so?
Yes, at least.
Well, you've not been here terribly long, I can tell you that.
Also, because you are looking over his body, you can see that he is still wearing a very nice piece of breastplate, and that he has some sort of stone clutched in his right hand.
Do you mind if we take your things and go avenge you with your things?
If you go to avenge me, you are welcome to take my equipment. I don't need it.
Cool.
No. Although, it does look like you have some with you, I say, pointing towards his ghostly chest plate.
Yes, my magical breastplate. It served me well while
Yeah. What's this? I say as I try to pry his hand open for the whatever that stone is.
You probably break
Oh,
your
this
fingers.
this is a stone. It is infused with runic magic.
Ah. But I try to not break his fingers as I pry his hand open
Particular.
because rigor mortis.
It is a triangular fire opal that has the fire rune inscribed on it.
Hmm.
We'll post what it does shortly.
Yield or something like that?
Yes.
Or ill?
I think it's ILD. Ild.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the Danish word.
Yep.
I think it's the Swedish too.
Nope. We use E. ELD.
For what?
Fire.
We use TULI.
Tuli.
Because
Also in this
Finnish-
game,
Yeah.
or arrived.
Yep.
Yes, because Finn Ugric languages. Yeah, the entire language family is named after Finnish. Okay.
Yes, we know. It's the best family language. No.
Best family language. Probably in Finland, yeah. Considering that, like, Swedish is spoken only by 5% of the population and nobody likes Sami. So,
Which is spoken by less than 5%.
yeah, less than 5%, like 2%, I think.
And also Russian, which is spoken by only
Like 0.5. And then another 0.5 by is Estonia. Something like that. And Estonia is just like, you wanted to learn Finnish, but you failed, so now you speak Estonian. Pretty much what it is.
I love Estonian.
Well, I guess I will grab that fire one.
It's
Okay.
so derpy.
Yeah.
Mine, my precious.
It's not a ring.
Also,
I can put it in a ring.
you did hear that I was like, I was the one grabbing it out of his hand. Just
Oh,
saying.
I thought it was the breastplate you were taking.
No.
From hand.
Yeah, breastplate for my hand. I was just complimenting him on the breastplate, as I
Oh.
was just like making conversation.
If you take a closer look at it, and it told you that it is magical, it is a +2 breast. If anybody.
And it's magical, so it'll not be giant-sized.
Yes, it will resize to whoever will wear.
So just walk inside it. And
Yeah, just be like, breastplate, any day.
I think we should grab a burr and stuff him into it.
Bird
Nope.
cannot wear armor.
Where's the barbarian?
He's a barbarian, of course he can wear armor.
Yeah, but he will lose the massive bonus of getting his constitution to his armor class, which is better than any armor he can wear.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got like +8.
He also loses movement speed thing. And his rage, a lot of his rage bonuses. That's the big thing.
Why would he lose rage bonuses?
I think most of them are like a lot of his rage bonuses are
No,
that.
that's only if he wears heavy armor.
Mm.
Breastplate is a medium. The thing that would happen was that you would get the breastplates bonus rather than his constitution.
What's your constitution? Actually, why am I asking? I have access to his shit.
He's not putting on armor.
He's
Well.
very attached to his teddy bear look.
Well, I guess he's the only one who uses medium armor.
Well, technically, since this is sized correctly, we could put it on Bane.
Is he proficient in armor?
Monsters do not have proficiencies.
Yeah, so he can't use it.
He can. He just takes
He-
penalties.
Yeah, no, he can use it if the GM says he can use it. That's basically how it works.
I wouldn't see how humanoid armor would fit the Marauder, even if it resizes.
We break his legs so they go like in a T shape like a human.
That's just a little bit disturbing.
Yeah, just a little.
Could take it to a smithy and make it into a barding. Fits him. With proper work, of course, so as to not break the enchantment.
Wait, what was the level that the derp had?
Derp doesn't have a level yet. Derp is still a standard goblin.
I thought he had a... Oh, okay. Well, okay, I'm anyways gonna stuff derp into the breastplate.
You could.
Simply because we need to resize it, and the smaller it is, the easier it is to carry.
But he did survive it until you got to the Oracle. I'm inclined to give him a character level.
Yes, give him one level in fighter so I can use it.
I think it's more likely he goes ranger.
Well, he can still use it, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna use medium.
Although he might just be a ranged fighter.
Well, I think Toad will decide this within the next week, and we will give Derp a level. Okay, so you fiddle around with the armor a little and get the fire opal
Yes.
out of its hands, and the spirit of the ghost, the ghost of the
Yeah.
giant turns to you and says, "I assume you have come to petition the oracle.
Yes.
I can tell you how it works if you wish."
Well, I assume Harsnak would know too.
Harshnag actually has never petitioned the oracle itself. He was just told how to access the chamber.
Axe. Yes.
Yes.
I'm
Well,
just
he-
a
Well,
little
He heard stories about how to access.
confused. Like, has no one been here in a year?
No.
Weird.
Anyway, he tells you that underneath all of the frost and snow on the floor, there is actually a circle with an enormous giant rune in it that must be uncovered for it to work. And yes, then the petitioner steps into the circle and has 6 questions. One for every giant. Basically.
Well, here's the issue. I don't even remember why we're here.
We're here because Harsnak wanted to go here, so I guess he'll be the one who asks the questions.
Yep.
Right. Well, uncovering the runes is easy. I say as I clap my hands together and start casting prestidigitation after prestidigitation.
Yes. So you see you uncover the rune circle. In the middle of it is the giant rune for the word king, which is usually associated with the Allfather. Also, in giant but dwarvish script, around the circle there is the phrase ask your question and no truth.
Ask a question of no truth.
Ask your question and no truth.
Ah.
Like knowledge.
Harsnak.
I'm gonna before Harsnak steps in, I'm gonna point him towards one of the cloud giant's legs, and to help me start dragging his ass out of the circle, just in case.
Yes. Yeah, Harsnak will dispose of the giant and tell you to deal with the oracle while he disposes of the.
What should I ask of it? I don't even know.
Well, I believe most of the people suffering would like to know what exactly happened and how we can put a stop to it, what the giants are.
Right. Yes. Well, we don't have to ask. We might have to ask how far the fire giants have gone with the adamantine colossus. Because that's a thing.
Oh yeah.
What else is there?
Is there a limit to the questions you can ask? Like
6.
a number? Oh, 6.
Yeah, 6.
One for each. Because the giants.
Well, you would have noticed that after the first question, one of the giant's lanterns would have gone out. Oh, and still will.
Oh.
What was the question? I didn't really listen.
We haven't asked it yet. I was just postulating a question. We could always ask how we put into it, but the answer seems pretty obvious. Get a new giant king.
Yeah.
Well, also nobody really knows what happened to the old one.
Yes,
Well,
might want to ask
I-
about that.
Yeah, we could ask what happened to the old king and where we might find him.
Ask it for tavern recommendations.
Oh, short lamb.
Either alive or dead. I assume dead.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's get this show on the road.
Okay.
Say, so step into the center. I'm trying to stand upright and dignant, like a proud
Okay.
dwarf.
Yes, so you step into the circle, and as you enter the circle, you can see that the rune in the center starts glowing a bit, and you can hear from all sides of you in thundering voices in giant the same phrase that is engraved around the circle. Ask your questions and know the truth.
Creepy.
Oh. What happened to the old king of giants?
You know, the latest one.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he got his name at one point, but I don't remember.
You hear Hekaton, king of the storm giants. He was taken.
Okay. I don't
By-
really understand what's been.
By whom was Hekaton taken? And to where?
His location is unknown to us. We cannot see him. Which by extension also means they don't really know who took him. He just disappeared one day.
How do we stop all of this hassle with the giants vying for the new kingship?
You hear again. You must travel to the king's court and root out the evil within.
That's better than I thought. Okay, we can probably do this. Right.
3 left,
Yes.
if you want.
What is the current status of the Fire Giants Colossus?
They assembled the parts. They are looking for the flame.
Ha.
Question: do we know where the court is, or how to get there?
Yes. Where is the Giants' Court of Kings?
Maelstrom, city beneath the waves.
Oh, that sounds so fun. Except
We rent a submarine.
Right, that's at least as much as I need to know.
Well, I'm not that good at swimming.
Oh, you think I am?
You
I'm
can
really
see
good
that
at
on rock.
sinking, and that might be helpful. I'm not very good at sinking and surviving.
Should you ask where the flame is so we could like
Yes,
go
I
there?
am going to
Also,
ask.
they will probably tell you that in order to access the court, you need a conch of teleportation.
Yes.
That makes sense.
How do we find one of those? I'm not in the circle. I'm asking our resident knowledge guy.
It's basically a circle of teleportation, right?
Conch, isn't that like, those you find on the beach?
Yeah, it's a giant shell.
Oh, a conch.
Yes.
Right.
Now we had two questions, but only one question. I mean,
We'll see if we can't find a apparatus of college and go from there. Now, for the last question. Where can we find the flame of the adamantine colossus?
they will say that the Duke has sent his dark minions to Gauntlgrim.
Is that where we'll find it?
Now you'll have to excuse me, that was not a proper answer. Is the flame in Gauntlgrim or not?
Hadn't you already used the last question?
Yes, but I am now arguing with the Oracle.
Yeah, the Oracle
I
did
thought
not
it was
answer
low.
the last question.
Well, then they say he found a flame in Gauntlgrim,
Right.
if that is more to your liking. I think there was one left, isn't there?
Nope, that was the last one,
Okay.
sadly.
Well, we
Um,
must get to that girl.
Yeah, I mean, how long does it take for it to reset?
1 day. But they will tell you that at the end of all of this, they will tell you that they can tell you where to find a conch of teleportation, but you have to prove yourself first.
I'm
Because
all up for that.
that's how things work.
Technically, that's what I'm doing. At the
What is
moment,
my entire
my
lack
life.
price?
Who would have to prove themselves? Us or just me?
Well, they are just talking to you, but they will tell you that in order to prove yourself, you need to visit the. Hang on. Let me see, where is it? Yes. So you must prove yourself. You must visit old giant ruins that are now inhabited by the worshippers of Uthgar, and bring ancient giant relics, at least one of them, back to the Orc. Then they will divulge information about how to acquire means to travel to the court giants.
Harsh, now we're gonna need you with us. Just carry the fucking thing.
Was Uthgar those barbarians?
Yes, Uthgar is the goddess of the northern barbarians that most of the northern barbarians
Oh, so
worship.
Yeah, I guess we just go there and say, well, we accidentally asked you as a king, sorry.
But
Now
we
we're
just
just
don't
going
know
to take
anything about
stuff from you.
Well, Uthgar barbarians are separated into multiple tribes. Basically,
Oh.
all of the tribes are Uthgar.
So we just, it doesn't exactly. I mean, that tribe might be the closest one.
Yeah. Right, well. That's a bit of a shopping list. So, the brain's not working. Okay.
Yawn. I mean, I would be into it to go get a relic and return it to its rightful place and prove ourselves.
Is it the rightful place?
I assume if it's giant stuff, it should be with the giant thing.
Also, yeah, I forgot to mention, they also told you the more relics you return, the more choice you will have in the paths that you can take, or the more information you will get. Basically.
Well, we'll see.
How many, if any, is choice.
Yeah, I don't even know where they are. Do we have like a map of it?
A map of barbarian tribes.
Yeah.
No.
Let me repeat the question.
Well, of their locations, like on the map it says, "Don't go here, crazy barbarians.
That's pretty much the entire north.
Here be Barbies."
Here be Barbies, yes.
They're barbarians.
At some point, also Harshnag will return from disposing of Agron's body. That's, by the way, the name of the ghost. And ask you what happened and if you have information.
Yes.
Well, we know that the fire of the Fire Giant's Colossus is in Gauntlgrim. To get some of this crazy stuff off our backs, we need to go to the Hall of the Kings of Giants. To do that, we need to find a conch of teleportation, and to find one of those, we need to get relics from Uvgar tribesmen who lives in the old ruins. Getting relics back to the Oracle, and the more we get, the better we get. That's about it.
He scratches his beard and says, Uthgar relics. I know of a couple of locations where they have built shrines.
Great.
I
Let's go
can
there.
I can draw a map for you if you
Aren't you coming with us?
mark it on yours. Now, if you want to. Otherwise, I would have just stayed here.
Well, it might be a good plan, because, you know,
Keep the barbarians off this place.
also other giants that might be, you know, looking for an easy way out.
Yeah. Seems reasonable.
Also, it might be a bit of a squeeze for you to get through the tunnel.
Yeah.
Although you shouldn't starve, that Remoras has a lot of good meat on it.
But is it really good? Or is it just like fresh? Because there's a difference between fresh and
It serves its purpose.
It's a bit tough and stringy, but it's not too shabby. I've had Remora's lamb before. It's okay.
Okay, so
Why exactly are we talking about eating that disgusting,
We're not eating
creepy
it.
crawly?
We're not eating
I
it.
think they are suggesting
Harshnag
that
is-
Harshnag should eat it.
Yeah, because we're leaving him here. And he's a living creature who needs to eat to survive.
Well, can't he just go hunting in the nearby area?
No, because he can't fit through the tunnel.
How exactly did this get in?
That he fits through the door. He knows how
Exactly
to open
blocked.
it.
Yeah,
But can't
I
the
mean,
Marauders
there was that
destroy-
boulder that we lowered, but he's got the strength to raise it.
Yes, also he now knows where the lever is for.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if he goes outside and closes the door, he can't close the door if he goes outside, right?
No.
So yeah, that's not a great plan. If he's supposed to be staying to guard the place, you can't just go out and leave the door open.
Well, if it's only short hunting trips, that should be fine.
Yeah, maybe.
And all he has to do is take one of the weapons of the statues with him, then no one can get in while he's out.
Ooh, smart. I
See?
recommend the Frost Giant axe.
Yes.
I wonder why.
Well, it depends. If a fire giant comes and petitions, he needs the fire giant's weapon.
They got of them.
Bag of hold.
Oh, I thought they actually all had to be there in order to be activated.
No, it depends on what kind of giant it is, which weapon needs to be touched to which rune.
It's just that we were unlucky and
Yes,
the one weapon that we needed was actually
Exactly.
lost.
Yes.
Well-
I wonder why.
So
Then that makes it easy. We just take all of the weapons and pull them into the caves,
or
where giants cannot find them.
we put all of the weapons into this room except the Frost Giant axe.
Why?
So the axes, the weapons cannot be used to open this portal if they are in behind the
Oh.
portal. That's how keys work, right?
Yeah.
You can't
That
use
would
them
mean
in
that all the
Basically,
frost giants would
if
never
you-
be able to use it.
Yeah, basically you lock the house keys in the
Yeah.
house.
Yes. Except the one key that can only be used by frost giant.
Yes.
that's
I
actually
like this
not,
plan.
that's actually not a bad
Okay.
idea.
Mika, you're a fucking genius.
That's just evil.
You're the rogue. You're not allowed to say that. You're also half demon because of your wings. So fuck you.
Yeah, but I'm not evil.
Yeah, but you're still the most evil.
But-
Anyway, I pull out my map and I start asking Harshnag to guide me to where he thinks the places are, and I dot them down.
Okay,
Here
he
then.
will tell you of 9 places that he knows.
Oh dear, good.
I will proceed to mark them for you. It's me. First, we have do those in green. The Spirit Mound in Beoron as well, which is located in the Druorwood.
Oh dear.
Then we have the Flint Rock, which is near Yata.
I did not think they would be so far apart.
Then we have the Grandfather Tree, that is located in the forest.
That's not friendly.
Then we have the Great Worm Cavern in the spine of this world.
Ooh. Purple worms.
Here. Then we have Morgur's Mound, which is one. Which is in the crags near the Neverwinter Wood. Then there is one stone,
I think there's a lot of places where there's only one stone.
which is also
Yes, like between your legs.
in the Northern Wood.
No,
This one is in the
no,
Moon.
that's the Marauder.
Then there is Raven Rock, which is located.
Did you say Raven Rock?
Yes. Which is also in the spine of the world, but on the other side of Mirabar. On the. Then we have Shining White, which is between the Lockwood and the Evermore. And finally, we have the Stone Stand. Is east. If I can find it. Oh yeah, it is. It is north, the highest beneath Jalantar. Yes, I will name tag them until next week because we will break here.
Oh,
But,
did we get that rune, by the way?
oh no, I will put it down for you until I make actual handout.